Charlene, my dear, you need more coffee.
If this is a brain exercise, I'm going to teach it to you on Tuesday.
Okay.
Or a green apple. Green apple has a lot of good
Again,
sugar
this is a
for
brain
you.
exercise. I will teach you on
Oh, okay,
Tuesday.
okay, got it.
Doing a brain exercise.
Huh.
Cindy, I've been drinking my kombucha.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you for introducing me to that.
Yeah. It's great.
So are you just on the phone line, Tamara?
Me? No.
Yeah. You're on the
I'm-
visual? Okay.
I'm in Zoom.
Are we good?
Good.
All right, we're all live. Welcome. One moment. I'd like to see what we're showing. Where's my preview? Okay. Blake, do you want to show me? Because Nina's pinned. And I think Nam Shakti's going to do the...
Actually, Nam Shakti is pinned.
Oh, good. All right, welcome. Nam Shakti, take it away.
Hi, welcome to Centers of Spiritual Living, Leesburg. I am Nam Shakti, and I am one of your spiritual practitioners. And our theme this year is in 2020, it's 2020 Spiritual Vision. And this month we're focusing in honoring the Divine Feminine. And right now we create our sacred space and set our intentions of deepening into our awareness and practice of these 5 pillars by creating our altar and lighting the candles.
I'm just showing her.
So in honoring of the International Day of Women in celebration of the Divine Feminine, our pillars are represented by Divine Feminines today. And the first pillar is study, and is represented by the divine quality of light, and the color yellow in the work of Emma Curtis Hopkins. Known as a teacher of teachers in the New Thought, her teachings remind us to use the power of our mind in creating our reality. The next pillar is prayer, and is represented by the divine quality of power, and the healing color green and the symbol of Kuan Yin. In China, Kuan Yin is considered the bodhisattva of compassion, who listens and responds to the cries of all beings. She is omnipresent, for in the lands of the universe, there is no place where she does not manifest herself, and her wondrous compassion everywhere pours spiritual rain like nectar everywhere, while quenching the flames of distress. And the blue candle represents the pillar of meditation and the divine quality of peace. Our symbol is Tara. The Tibetan name Tara means both star and tear. Mahayana Buddhists worship the Divine Mother as Tara, who is said to have been born out of one of the tears of the Buddha of compassion that fell to the earth. She offers liberation and illumination in our everyday life. And the fourth pillar is circulation and the divine quality of life, represented by the red candle. And the symbol for us is Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of prosperity, life, and fertility. We know that the great law of circulation works in our lives. As we give, so shall we receive. And the white candle represents the fifth pillar of service and divine quality of love, represented by Mother Mary. Representing the nurturing mother energy, this candle is lit as a call to be of service to our world, seen through the eyes of love. And let us close our eyes now. As we bless this space and our time together, as we weave each of these pillars of spiritual living into our service today, may they deepen our spiritual practice of study, prayer, meditation, circulation, and service, expanding our minds and heart to the five divine qualities of light, power, peace, life, and love. We also bless everyone who attend our service today and everyone that's watching us live. And special gratitude of this time that we have together in our beautiful space that is online with everyone being home. May this energy of love that is generated here bless everyone abundantly. And so it is. And it is our time for blessings or celebrations or prayers. So if you have any requests, you can either say it out loud and we'll bring you into the prayer, or if you're watching us live, you can do that. And if you are in our Zoom, you can either type it out or unmute yourself and request a prayer.
Hi, everyone. Prayers for Tony as he's driving across country. He's hitting some snow in Kansas. It's Renee and John's son is coming home from college. So let's just know safety and love for him as he drives across country.
Yes.
I'd like to add a prayer for all of the caregivers and anyone on the front lines right now, including my sister Chris, who is a nurse, my niece Ashley, who works in a hospital in admissions, my son-in-law Chris, who's not a caregiver but he works at the airport on airplanes. So we really hold in the light anyone who is still having to be interacting with people really closely. And we just lift up their lives and know they're all safe. We're all safe.
Yes. I want to celebrate that we're able to do this live and have everyone be together in the sacred space and prayer and just holding everyone in the highest. Okay, so let's just close our eyes now and take a deep breath in and really feel that breath, that life force that's going through us, feeling every part of our body, every cell of our body, knowing that we're taken care of. As I know that there's only one God, one divine energy, one divine source, one divine essence, one divine life, which is God, which is right here, right now. It's in the sky, it's in the flowers, and the beautiful trees are blooming, and the grass, it's all around us. As I know this, I know that I am part of that I am that essence, that I am that divine energy, that I am, that every single part of my being is divine. And I know this to be the truth for every individual watching us, for every individual with us on our live Zoom call, and every individual in the world. I know this to be the only truth. As I know this, I know that every prayer that was spoken out loud and every prayer that was not spoken out loud, it is in the healing light of the divine, the healing, prosperity, security, sacredness, holiness, health. It's all happening right now. Knowing that we are in the highest, that divine order is happening for us. We know that divine order is happening for the world and divine action. As we know that we are taken care of, that we're whole, that we're healthy. I know this to be the only truth for us. As I know this to be the only truth, I'm in a place of gratitude. I am so grateful. So grateful. I breathe in grateful and I'm just beyond grateful. In this place of gratitude, I let my word go into the law, knowing that even before I spoke, it was done. It was heard. It is. So I surrender and I let God, I let the angels, and I let it be. Amen. Amen. And I pass it down to Charlene. Pass it down to Nina, who will be singing for us today.
Good morning. I just want you to know that I am singing with Leanne, although she is not amplified this morning, but we're both here together to bring you the song Down in My Soul. And it's like an echo. I hear the music down in my soul. So if you're mute yourself, but please sing along with me. I hear the music down in my soul. Sing that again. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. New day, I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power. I feel the power down in my soul. Sing it. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. And the whole wide world is my home.
So, my talk is actually titled Nurturing as a Sign of Strength. And I love that because a lot of us have inside, whether it's whether we're aware of it or not, there's a part of us that associates nurturing with woman. And I believe that all of us have in us the divine feminine energy of nurturing. It doesn't have to be limited to those of the female persuasion. And anymore, gender it's becoming more and more non-binary as we move forward in our culture. So I would like to just bring our attention to what is a goddess exactly. In fact, in 1976, there was a historian, Merlin Stone, who wrote that in the dawn of religion, God was a woman. I'm like, yeah, she was. She still is. So Merlin is also a woman. She was referring to the Paleolithic period, 20,000 years ago, people, when Homo sapiens first responded with spiritual awe to what? To the swelling of a woman's belly, the miracle of life that burst forth from the womb. And as they struggled to survive 20,000 years ago, just, kind of making it work, they held the pregnant mother as the divine. And so I know that for me, when I was in Africa a while back, this really spoke to me. And I don't know if you can see this. And Blake, can you make me full screen and not share this picture? So this right here, that's the divine, right? And when I first got this, I thought, is that a fertility totem, as they call them? And then I read a little more and found that the Divine Mother is so much more than physically bearing children, right? It is the givingness of life. And if you think about the earth, the Mother Earth, doesn't Mother Earth receive a seed and then hold that seed in her womb and do what it needs to do to create that life, which bursts forth at some point and shows itself? I mean, that is so much more than just fertility and how we get the babies through, right? And so when I read that what I bought in Africa, in Ghana, was not just a fertility totem, because I wasn't trying to have another baby. No. One was great. Really, it was bigger than that. It was the creation of life itself. And of course, goddess, right? Of course, God was in the image of the woman. If all of earth as it exists today is involved in bringing forth and nurturing life, then Paleolithics, they had it right. That they created a God that is feminine. So the divine feminine, it's a great matrix of creation, not just bringing forth human children, right? And as the charge of the goddess, we express the goddess as earth, the goddess as fertility, the goddess of creation. Anything that bursts forth in us to create something new, that is also the divine feminine coming through. And the earth embodying all life, holding all life sacred in her womb. This is why the Paleolithic era just really harmonized one with the earth. Now, you go from Paleolithic into Neolithic, and in that time frame, there was not so much hunting and there was not so much nomadic living as there was landing in one spot and figuring out exactly how that seed works with the soil and how it works, and nurturing farms and creating stable community. And at that time, the seed coming along with the soil together as one it became more prevalent. And you'll find this in all the different teachings. You'll find in China, they had the yin and the yang, they still do. And that is the back and forth, the commingling of the feminine and the masculine together, creating life. And in India, in Hinduism, you have the Shiva and the Shakti working together to create life. And that is balance, and that's what we like. In fact, if we think about this, the seed is the thing itself, right? That has all the potentiality. All it needs is somewhere to be planted into the soil. And then the soil is the womb of life that nurtures and feeds and just gives that seed the environment that it needs to burst forth and become the life that we cherish, these three principles, the seed, the soil, and the plant, are exactly what we teach here and what Ernest Holmes taught us, that is the thing itself. That is this thing called life. Those are the principles that we use to create our lives, right? The seed, it's a thought, it's an idea, it's that thing that has potential, but it's not here yet. It's that potentiality. And then the soil, well, once we do a prayer, once we have an idea, once we place it in the law, this is just the way things work, we know that we let it go. Because, it kind of already knows, an acorn kind of already knows how to be an oak tree. So it's not like we have to do that work, thank goodness. And then the plant, that is the circumstances of our lives. And especially today, these days, we know that, what we focus on becomes our life. And how many of you, I know I am guilty of scrolling through the news, calculating those numbers, looking at all the fear-mongering, and I have to be careful what I put my attention on, because what I put my attention on, it's like accepting that seed into the womb of my being and then saying, okay, let's do it. Let's create in my life what it is I'm thinking about. I have to be careful what I'm thinking about, because that's the first thing. Those are the seeds. And I ingest them as if they're the truth. Okay, guess what? The law says, yes, you put an onion seed in the ground, I'm going to give you onions. And why are you looking shocked, Charlene, that you thought you were going to get roses? That's not how science works. You put rose seeds, whatever those are called, into the ground. Bulbs, I think that's what they... And then you wait and you get roses out. And no one's shocked and surprised that a rose bulb created a rose bush. I shall not be surprised as well if all of a sudden I'm walking around and I've got heart palpitations, I'm worried. And with me, I don't know, those of you who know me, I tend to have a positive outlook. And I will deny that I'm even scared, because I'm Charlene. I'm not scared. But you know how it comes out. I'm sitting at my desk and I know I have that work to do over there. And I'm not doing it. I'm sitting like a deer in the headlights. And I'm doing other things. Oh, let's play another game of solitaire. Sure, let's do that. And then as I stop and I hold on and I wait and I look at myself, I go, hold on. Maybe I have anxiety. Look how it shows up. All of a sudden I'm procrastinating more than usual, right? Because I do it anyway. I'm procrastinating on some of the things I'm supposed to be doing a little more than usual. And what's getting my attention? Those news stories. Every day I see people standing behind a podium spouting some stuff, and I'm now my grandfather yelling at the news. You're lying, you're an idiot. And I'm like, yeah. So that's not how I want my life to be. And in every moment, what I focus on is what I bring about in my life. So I have to take a moment and breathe it in. And I have to get back to basics. And I might take a walk, or I might ring a bell or a gong just to remind myself. And so a little self-promotion. I will get on to my next topic, but on Tuesday we'll be offering some meditative practices to help us all remember who we really are in this time of craziness. Who are we really? And we are exactly the divine. Whether or not we remember, well, that's the issue that we need to keep bringing ourselves back to. So the divine feminine. The divine feminine is the goddess of all life. And I left off a few minutes ago where the major, I want to say religious traditions had arrived at a balance of yin and yang. You had the divine feminine and you had the masculine working together to create life. But something happened. Something happened along the way where the balance started to shift. Because the body is very, 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 I don't want to just say the body. Everything that you see when you look around, that somehow took over. Over the many, many years as religion and traditions kept evolving, once the Neolithic has settled down and created, societies, the sword started to take over. The sword started to rule. So, whereas the divine feminine is more of the nurturing, supportive, holistic point of view, creating the body as we see it, the sword comes through and chops it down, right? And when the masculine energy, and now again, we need both. If all we did was create without destroying, we'd be overrun, right? It'd be crazy. So we need both. But when the masculine came through with the sword and the might and the very, very, I want to say, very focused on external results, regardless of the cost, then what we get is the pollution that we get. We get Mother Earth suffering with all kinds of issues of overuse, and not really working in harmony with the earth is not really honoring our Divine Mother. And so I think right now our society, our world is waking up. We are waking up to the fact that if we don't do something, if we don't get back to that balance of the Divine Feminine in our lives, that we could end up creating something that's really hard to come back from. I'm reminded of silver linings. Silver linings exist in everything, even the tragic. And even today, as we all sit self-quarantined in our homes in what has come to be known as the CPOC, right? So you got your C for coronavirus, you got your POC for apocalypse. It was supposed to be a ZPOC because zombies were supposed to take over, right? But now it's the CPOC. All right, so now we're here. We're here and we're trying to handle it, and we're all home and we're doing our best. And guess what's happening around the world? We have satellite images of less pollution happening. Because why? Well, Chinese factories aren't spewing out all of whatever they're spewing out in that region of the world. So you'll see heat maps showing a less and less and less, it's just less and less heat, less and less junk released into the atmosphere. You look at Venice, right, where they have the canals that used to be filthy. You couldn't even see the bottom, obviously. It's just, now you see the water has cleared. There are fishes, there are dolphins swimming, there are swans and swimming in the fountains in the Vatican or some famous building that I didn't remember the name of. The point is, nature's like, yeah, so I had to reset. And can you guys wake up, please? I wonder how much of our actions will change as we realize what is absolutely necessary in our lives and what is open to change. And can we create a more harmonious coexistence with our mother? Because as far as I can tell, this is all we've got. And until we start to terraform Mars, this is our mom and we have to take care of her. And I really am hoping that that is the takeaway. That is the silver lining in all of this so-called mayhem. And finally, I want to talk about the nurturing masculine. Because it is not only toxic masculinity that's the only way that men can express themselves. This is not the case. Men in our society and in societies prior also have the aspect of the divine feminine in each and every one of them. And it is called forth in the father who loses the wife too soon and becomes that dad that we all just applaud, the one that just takes care of the kids and does all the things without worrying about how society sees him, because he knows it's the most important thing for him to nurture those babies. How about that husband who so lovingly just brings the cup of coffee or brings the tea, cooks the dinner, cleans out that kitty litter box? I see you, all the husbands out there. And just knowing that this is not a gender role specific thing. That I, even though I am a man, do not have to express it in the toxic way. I don't have to only show anger or what's that word when you're at a sports event and you're like, go, that thing. Sometimes there are some, not here, masculine energy kind of expressions that only show this excited, or this really angry. Anything in the middle, there is nothing in the middle because society, as we know it, has not really nurtured that, has not really given our men the ability to express all the layers and the levels and the colors in between. And so the divine feminine does express itself in our men. And we as women will definitely encourage and nurture and allow men to be themselves in all of the layers that it takes to express. And so I would like to take us through a meditation, just kind of taking all of these things and knowing that what we're here to do today together is to just realize, recognize, remember where it is that we come from, who it is that we really are, and just to get back to that awareness and that peace. And also in this time of meditation, we are going to have 10 entire minutes to do this. And there will be a long, long stretch of silence, and that's okay. Because what better time to be together in our homes, to be silent together, to be one together in the knowingness that it is all good. All right, so let's just close our eyes and we take a few deep centering breaths. And as you settle in, just try to relax your entire body. One thing that's fun to do is to take your body through a series of muscle relaxing techniques. So I'm going to guide you. With each in-breath, I'm going to point out a different part of your body. During the in-breath, I want you to hold it for about 5 seconds. I'll count it through with you. And then I'll have you release it fully. I want you to get to the most relaxed state that you have ever been in. And so, we take our first really deep breath. Now, tighten the entire face, all the muscles in your face. Tighten. Hold your breath. Keep holding. Even longer. And then release. Take a cleansing breath. Great. Now it's time for the neck. Take a deep breath in. Scrunch up your shoulders really high till they're at your ears and hold. Keep holding. Keep holding. Keep holding. Even more. Release. Cleansing breaths. Good job. Now, focusing on your belly, I want you to breathe in and hold your belly in, squeezing your ab muscles really tight. Breathing in, hold, keep holding, hold, even more, release. Good job. Cleansing breath. Now, speaking of those stomach muscles, extend your belly all the way out. Push it out. Don't worry about your breath. And then suck it in. Push it out. Suck it in. Push it out. Suck it in. Push it out one more time. Suck it in. Hold. Keep holding. Keep holding. Keep holding. A little bit more. Release. A few cleansing breaths. Time for our arms. Now for your arms, I want you to take both arms and cross your arms in front of you. Squeeze everything from your fists all the way up to your biceps. Hold tight, breathing in. Hold really tight, tighter. Tighten it even more. Tight. Hold. 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 Wakanda forever. Hold. Release. Shake out your arms. The upper body is really, really, really relaxed right now. And now let's move to our lower body. I know we are sitting in our chairs. But right now, I need you to squeeze your gluteus maximus. That's right. Squeeze your booty really tight. Breathe in. Hold. Hold it. Keep holding. Hold some more. Tighter. And release. Good job. Cleansing breaths. And finally, our feet. We're going to take our feet and ball them up really tight. Scrunch your toes and flex your heel. Breathe in. Hold. Hold. Keep holding. Don't let go. Tighter. Release. Cleansing breath. Now slowly move your body around and then settle. And I need you to check in. Feel the muscles in your face as they are relaxed. Feel your shoulders, your stomach, your legs as they make contact with the seat, your feet as they sit on the floor. Cleansing breaths as you move this air through your body. All is well. There's only one here, only one presence. This is the presence of the divine. Father, Mother, God, moving through and as you. And we sit in this silence and we listen. this space where all is quiet, that the still, small voice within can make itself known. I invite you to return to this space anytime you like during the week. It is always here for us, nearer than our neck vein, closer than our very breath. There is the divine. So I speak my word for each person within the sound of my voice, knowing that all is well. We focus on what we want to experience. We dwell upon that which we would like to have happen, because our thoughts are creative. What we plant in our soil of our minds and our souls, it's real. What we plant will be delivered in our lives. And so we use this law. We use this thing itself to create wonderful lives for ourselves, for our loved ones, and by extension, for the entire planet. We create a beautiful world, one of health and wholeness, one of divine compassion and wisdom. And we extend these thoughts, these blessings, and this knowingness to the whole state of Virginia and to the states around us, to the countries around us, to the entire globe. What we think about, we bring about. We dwell upon peace. We dwell upon wholeness. We dwell upon healing, the divine, and the feminine, and the nurturing, and the good. I know this for myself. I know this for everyone listening. I simply relax into that knowingness that since I have planted that seed, that is what shall come about. I rest knowing that it is already done. I say, thank you, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, Father, Mother, Spirit. And I let it go. And so it is. Amen. And Nina has a wonderful song for us now.
Thank you, Charlene. A lot to think about and be with. And as we honor the feminine, the song is called Women's Spirit. Like Charlene said, it's really it's a divine energy. It's something you can sing along with as well, and just honor the divine feminine within you. Leanne's going to sing her heart out on the other side, right? Woman's spirit is beauty. Woman's spirit runs deep. Woman loves with compassion. Our perfection is complete. Woman's spirit is graceful. Woman's spirit is wise. Woman's spirit is moving, bringing love into our life. Woman's key change. Woman's spirit is passion. Woman's spirit is birth. Woman's power unfolding to honor
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you, Nina. Amazing. Um, One moment while I see what I'm supposed to do next. All right. What slide are we showing, Blake?
The right one.
Right, but all right.
Sorry,
So
vision statement.
our vision statement. Let's say our vision statement together. To awaken our inherent oneness with divine source, our planet, yes, and each other, and then act knowing that oneness matters. And so it is. All right.
Next.
And am I on there? Do you have my face?
Wait.
All right. It is now time to share our blessings with the center. Even though we are not in our current building space, we are still incurring costs. So what I would love for us to do is just take a special moment and just take whatever gifts you have and just hold it close. Now I'm going to do this symbolically because I have an automatic giving, because if I don't automatically give, then I'll be there on December 31st writing a big check. It's crazy. So I just set it and I forget it. If you would like to join me on that setting and forgetting, there's a donation number where you text your donation amount to the number on the screen, and then it'll take you to a form and you can fill it out. You could do like repetitive donations or one-time donation. Anything you give is wonderful. So take whatever it is you're giving, and again, I'll take this symbolically, and hold it right over top of your heart, because that's the heart space, the giving space that we would like our energy focused on right now. And just repeat with me our prosperity affirmation. Divine Source blesses all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give thanks that this is so, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you.
Now you are.
Hi, thank you so much, Nina. All right, a couple of announcements before we get out of here. And by the way, if you would like to hang around in our Zoom room after our live stream is over, then just hang around. We will stop the live stream feed, but that doesn't mean that we can't hang around and chat and catch up with each other. Just had to put that out there. All right, so listen, there's an announcement. Reverend Sunday is teaching a new online class called The Power of Your Word. And this is a really good class. Blake, you want to show me? Am I showing?
You're showing?
It's not Nina?
Sorry. So many things to change.
There are a lot of things. Hang in there with us while we do all this. Okay, good. So, Reverend Sunday's teaching a class. It's going to be Mondays at 7:30 p.m. online, of course, because distancing. And it starts April 6th. It's a really good class. I taught this class, and oh my gosh, as we were talking about today just now about how your thoughts are creating your life, this, The Power of Your Word, gives you step-by-step instructions on how to create the life that you really, really want. So please hang out with us, show up for class. It's a great way to stay in touch with your spiritual community. And next slide, if I could get any help from the technical support. All right. Do we have any pearls? So, pearls, for those of you who are new here, pearls are little nuggets of amazingness that you took. Now, it's not that I was amazing on purpose. No, but it's because you guys, you heard something. It sparked something in you. And you felt, oh my gosh, I'm taking that with me this week. Here's how you share. You either unmute yourself and just tell us if you're on Zoom, or if you're on Facebook Live, type it in the chat and tell us what you really took away from this talk, because it helps other people who are listening to synthesize the learning that we've had today. So let us know. What did you think?
I just unmuted myself, so I'm going to jump in there.
Yay.
Hi, first of all, once again, sister, I was thinking Wakanda Forever when you were doing that, so you made me laugh. Thank you for the laugh. We need to remember the importance of not only our thoughts, but our laughter during this time.
Yes.
And I wrote in my little journal, I loved how you brought out the silver lining in this, the less pollution.
Yeah.
And I loved your line about nature had to reset.
Yeah.
So gave me something to think about and be grateful for, the silver lining out of all this.
Yes. Thank you, Tamara.
I like to add something too.
Mhm.
I mean, we've come such a long way. When I was growing up, everybody used only the pronoun men. You know, man, he. And it wasn't so much the pronoun. It was supposed to relate to everyone, but it never felt that way to me.
Right.
And my whole life, I mean, it was just such a painful thing. And really, it was the content that was being communicated did not allow for the other side, the feminine, to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And giving voice to that in the last few years, like, you know, think back to some of the people in New Thought era that did. But just today, to be able to celebrate, I think about, 30 years ago, we would have never sung a song like Woman's Spirit is Passion, or had a conversation about the Divine Feminine Church. So, and now we're getting to a place where whatever pronoun we use, it's a mix. It's a combination, and we can know that about ourselves. So,
oh, I love that, Nina. And also, your music was so right on. Thank you so much for that. You picked the two perfect songs. I appreciate that. Yay. All right. Anything else? Anybody else?
I totally diddle that, because I think the whole Divine Feminine and us even talking about it's just so beautiful. And I'm so excited for this month.
Same. Yes.
I got something, Charlene.
Oh, sure. Hey, Robert.
Can you hear me? Yeah. I just want to say that I liked, as Tamara said, about the Earth resetting. I think the Earth will be here even if humans aren't. Not sure, but I know that we've been through situations like this before with pandemics, or the plague, or whatever, over history. And some people might not make it, but most will, and we'll be all right.
Yes.
And so, in the words of Bob Marley, don't worry about a thing.
There, yeah, everything's gonna be all right.
Every little thing is gonna be all right.
Yes, that's beautiful. Thank you, Robert. All right, and let's see if there's any online Facebook people saying anything. All right, no, and so we are good. We are complete. So Nina, you already saying the thank you for this day. I do appreciate that, because now we're done. We can go straight to the the last slide, which is the closing affirmation. So this is
Charlie, can we
yeah.
can we stop share so we can see everybody?
Oh, sure. Blake, can you stop sharing? One moment. Just click stop sharing. There. And then you guys could choose to see a gallery view. Can you unpin or unspotlight?
It's already unspotlighted.
Everyone can just go up and on their own, click gallery view, click it to speaker view. I mean, speaker view to
Oh,
gallery.
yeah, gallery
And
view.
everybody can do that. And then anybody that wants to come on video so we can see each other.
Hey, there's Fred. Hi, Fred. Hey, Larry. Okay, so we're all going to say it together. I am love. Point to yourself. All right, now point to the camera. You are love. It's all love. And everybody say yay. Yay. Okay, good. Well, thanks for hanging out. Those online on Zoom, stay here. Let's chat together. If you're on Facebook Live and you want to jump in on Zoom too, go to cslleesburg.org and click the button that says Zoom, and then you can join us. Bye. Have a great week. See you Tuesday morning. And you could stop streaming. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. It was beautiful service.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, you did great.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good to see you too. Oh, you're the one that off mute. I was looking over at Non Shakti and I saw, I hear her kids, but she's on mute, but I